Brief talk educating about depression. Many times people with depression are wondering what they can do. They feel as if everything is hopeless. They look around and they see only darkness. Maybe they're struggling with their careers or their finances. They're having trouble connecting and making friends. They're feeling isolated and alone. They may also be struggling to handle their responsibilities. Maybe they're parents or brothers or sisters, and they are having difficulty doing the things they would like to do. What I want to say is that, first of all, it's not your fault. You didn't wake up and say, hey, I am going to be depressed today. But the reality is, if you had an arm that was cut and bleeding, you wouldn't look at it and say, oh, it'll go away. You would go and seek help and support with a doctor that understands exactly what you are going through. With depression, it is a mental health condition. It is something that can be diagnosed and treated, and you don't have to face the issues all on your own. Now, people often say, what do I do with depression if I am suffering? The first step is to find a medical doctor in your area. Here in the United States, you can go to a primary care physician. They often will either refer you to a psychiatrist or can give you depression medication to help you get support. The next step is to get an accurate diagnosis. They will look at a whole range of things, ranging from family history, looking at what you're feeling, the amount of ability you have to interact with others, how you've been able to function, and they will give you a diagnosis that's appropriate for you. They then may refer you to a therapist. This is usually a psychologist or a social worker. These people have attended college and then graduate school to study how the mind works. Now, what a therapist will usually do, often they do cognitive behavioral therapy, where they teach you how to look at things differently, how to figure out how you respond when you're facing anxiety or stress or fears, and you will work with that person to develop better patterns and hopefully have a better outlook on life. Now, many times people want the depression to end in an instant, and this is the reason people use drugs and alcohol. They try to get high, hoping that the pain and the sorrow that they feel will be erased. And the problem is, for a moment, the pain is gone. When you drink and get drunk, you do feel better. But when you wake up the next day, it's back, and oftentimes worse than before. I know this firsthand because my little brother died of a heroin overdose about a year and a half ago. And what I've learned from that is it's the wrong way to handle when you're depressed. So what I have to say in this little clip is that you can get stronger and healthier. My work as a coach, an author, and educator has led me to talk to people all over the country that suffer from mental illness. Many times it's impacted families, whether it's children or parents, young people or adults, and it's a very difficult, hard road to go on. Please know you're not